In 2015, Elon Musk wrote a check for $45 million to a non-profit he helped create. He called it Humanity's Insurance Policy Against Artificial Intelligence. 10 years later, that same organization is worth $500 billion. And Musk owns exactly 0% of it. He didn't get outmaneuvered in a hostile takeover. He didn't lose a proxy battle. He walked away. He signed the papers himself. And in April 2026, sitting under oath in a San Francisco courtroom, he admitted the truth that unraveled his entire case. 4 words: "I didn't read the fine print." This is the story of how the world's richest man handed away the most valuable asset of the 21st century, and then sued to get it back. To understand the size of this mistake, you have to understand who was making it. By the mid-2000s, Elon Musk had become the closest thing modern business had to a sure bet. Tesla, weeks from bankruptcy in 2008, had grown into a company reshaping the global auto industry. SpaceX had achieved what NASA, Boeing, and Lockheed had spent decades calling impossible: a reusable orbital rocket. Falcon 9 boosters were landing on drone ships in the Atlantic. He was, by every measurable standard, an operator, a man who personally interrogated supply chains, rebuilt rocket engines from spreadsheet first principles, and slept on factory floors. His superpower wasn't capital. It was attention to detail at a level most CEOs delegate, which makes what happened next nearly impossible to explain. By 2014, Musk had developed an obsession, not with Mars, not with electric cars, with artificial intelligence. In public talks, he called AI the biggest existential threat facing humanity.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
He compared its development to summoning a demon. He warned that the technology, in the wrong hands, could end civilization. The problem, as he saw it, was concentration. Google had just acquired DeepMind for $500 million. A single corporation, accountable to shareholders, was racing toward what researchers called artificial general intelligence, a system that could match or exceed human reasoning across every domain. Musk wanted a counterweight, a research lab with no profit motive, a non-profit that would develop AI safely and release its findings openly to the world. He had the money, he had the network, and he had a co-founder in mind, a young Y Combinator president named Sam Altman. In December 2015, OpenAI was announced. Musk pledged to help fund it personally. The total commitments from him and other backers reached $1 billion. The structure was the entire point. OpenAI was incorporated as a non-profit. It had no shareholders. It had no path to an IPO. Its charter explicitly stated that its primary fiduciary duty was to humanity, not investors. For Musk, this was the safeguard. He believed structure was destiny. A non-profit could not be captured by capital. It could not be sold. It could not pivot into a profit-seeking machine. He was wrong about all three. By early 2018, his relationship with OpenAI was deteriorating. According to court filings, he proposed taking direct control of the organization, suggesting it should be folded into Tesla. The other founders refused. In February 2018, Musk resigned from the board. He cited a conflict of interest with Tesla's own AI work. He continued contributing some funding for a brief period, then stopped. By his own testimony, his total contribution came to roughly $45 million.
I'm not sure the exact number, but it's some number on the order of $50 million.
He walked away with no equity, no contractual claim to future value, and no veto over what the organization would become. Within 12 months of his departure, OpenAI did something that should have been impossible under its original charter. It restructured. In March 2019, OpenAI announced the creation of a capped profit subsidiary, controlled by the original non-profit. The structure was novel. Investors could earn returns, capped at 100 times their investment. Above that cap, profits would flow back to the non-profit parent. Sam Altman explained it as necessary. Training frontier AI models required computational resources no philanthropic budget could sustain. The capped profit arm was the only way to attract the capital needed to compete with Google. Months later, Microsoft invested $1 billion. By 2023, that figure had grown to $13 billion. ChatGPT launched in November 2022. Within 2 months, it had 100 million users, the fastest consumer product adoption in history. By 2025, OpenAI was generating billions in annual revenue. Its valuation crossed $500 billion. The non-profit Musk had helped create was now, by every functional measure, one of the most valuable companies on Earth. Musk's response came in stages. First, public criticism. He called OpenAI closed source. He called it profit maximizing. He accused the organization of betraying its founding mission. Then came the lawsuit. In early 2024, Musk filed suit against OpenAI and Sam Altman, alleging breach of contract and breach of fiduciary duty. He withdrew it. He refiled. He amended the complaint multiple times. Meanwhile, he launched xAI, his own for-profit artificial intelligence company. He raised billions. He built a competing chatbot called Grok. The contradiction was not lost on observers. The man suing OpenAI for becoming a for-profit AI company was simultaneously building a for-profit AI company. Public sentiment fractured. Supporters argued Musk was defending a moral principle. Critics argued he was a sore loser trying to litigate his way back into a deal he had voluntarily exited. By April 2026, the case went to trial in San Francisco. 3 days into the trial, Musk took the stand. What followed was, by most accounts, a disaster. Asked whether Tesla was pursuing artificial general intelligence, Musk testified it was not. Opposing counsel produced a post from his own social media account, dated weeks earlier, in which he had written that Tesla would likely be the first company to achieve AGI in physical form. Asked about a 4-page term sheet from 2018 that documented OpenAI's plans to restructure, Musk admitted he had not read the fine print. The opposing lawyer paused. It's a 4-page document. The damage was structural. Musk's entire legal theory rested on the claim that he had been deceived about OpenAI's future. That theory required him to have been paying attention. His own testimony established that he hadn't been. Let the numbers settle in. OpenAI's valuation, approximately $500 billion. Microsoft's stake, acquired through roughly $13 billion in investment, estimated at over $100 billion in paper value. Musk's contribution, $45 million. Musk's current ownership, 0. The non-profit he founded as a hedge against AI concentration is now the most concentrated AI company in the world. Compare this to how Musk handled every other major venture in his career. At Tesla, when the company nearly went bankrupt in 2008, he didn't walk away. He invested every remaining dollar of his personal fortune. He took the CEO role. He moved into the factory. At SpaceX, after 3 consecutive launch failures had nearly drained his capital, he didn't dilute his control. He held the equity, took the 4th launch, and saved the company on the final attempt. The pattern was consistent. Keep the chips on the table. He had stated the lesson himself, publicly, after losing control of his first company, Zip2, in the late 1990s. He had ceded too much to investors who didn't share his vision. He vowed never to repeat the mistake. With OpenAI, he repeated it exactly. He provided the early capital. He provided the credibility. And then, when conflict arose, he resigned his seat at the table and walked out the door, leaving behind no equity, no governance rights, no recourse. He built a bridge. Then he set it on fire while standing on the wrong side. 3 lessons emerge from the wreckage. First, Structure is not destiny. Musk believed a non-profit charter would prevent commercialization. It didn't. Organizations evolve based on incentives, not legal documents. When OpenAI's leadership concluded that frontier AI required commercial-scale capital, the non-profit structure bent to accommodate that conclusion. The charter became a wrapper. The substance changed. Second, walking away is a transaction. When Musk resigned from OpenAI's board in 2018, he treated it as a separation. The other founders treated it as an acquisition of the organization's future, free of his influence. Every decision he opposed became easier to make. Every direction he might have blocked became open. His exit was not neutral. It was the most consequential transfer of value in the company's history. And he received nothing in return. Third, due diligence has no expiration date. Musk's admission that he didn't read the term sheet wasn't just a courtroom embarrassment. It was the entire story compressed into a sentence. The man who personally redesigned rocket engines, who interrogated every component cost on a spreadsheet, who refused to delegate engineering decisions to subordinates, did not read 4 pages of a document that determined the structure of the most important AI organization on Earth. The skill that built his empire was not the skill he applied here. And the gap between those two versions of himself is exactly the size of the mistake. In 2015, Elon Musk wrote a check to insure humanity against the dangers of concentrated AI power. In 2026, that check funded the most concentrated AI company in history. A company he does not own. A company he is suing. A company whose CEO sat across from him in court and watched him admit, under oath, that he hadn't read the document that decided everything. The lesson is not that non-profits can't be trusted. It's not that Sam Altman outmaneuvered him. The lesson is older and simpler than that. Whatever you build, you have to stay in the room. The moment you leave, the building belongs to whoever is still standing inside it. Musk has spent his career proving that obsessive attention to detail can bend physics, rewrite industries, and turn impossible projects into reality. The one time he looked away, the bill came to roughly $500 billion. And he is still trying to read the fine print.